Well, welcome to the United Manners channel, and we have 5 to 6 things that we learned from Southampton 0, Manchester United 3. That game of football that really happened at the St. Mary Stadium, and United went ahead, obviously, dominate. I think the dominance was really there because for the first 30 minutes, dominancy was all about Southampton. They are winning everything, every duel and everything. But then later we saw to it that things went ahead, obviously change, and really went out of their favor when Onana saved that penalty, and then Man United, in a space of 2.5 minutes, went ahead to capitalize onto that and buried that ball in the back of the net to make it United 1, Southampton 2. And then later, we went ahead, obviously, get Marcus Rashford in a space of 6 minutes, doubling it up. And then Garnacho went ahead to obviously put what we call the icing onto the cake. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. Let's see close to 100 likes much in this video. First video of the day, and more is yet to come onto the day. I warn you in advance, it's really gonna be a marathon of a day. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. We thank Allah for the gift of life. And let's obviously jet onto this. Now, the first thing we learned from that game was Manchester United have now recorded 30 Premier League wins against Southampton. They are the 6th side they've beaten as many times in the competition after Everton. We've gone ahead to beat Everton 41 times. We've gone ahead to beat Aston Villa 40 times. We've gone ahead to beat Tottenham Hotspur 39 times, and West Ham 34 times, and Newcastle 33 times. So this is the 6th side that we've gone ahead to beat terribly, behind Everton, Aston Villa, Tottenham, West Ham, and Newcastle. So when you look at that, it really sends a message to you that what are our next 3 fixtures? We are playing Crystal Palace, and we are playing a team called Aston Villa and Tottenham Hotspur, meaning that we are really having these 2 teams that we've gone ahead to beat a lot in our next 3 fixtures. And Aston Villa, we've beaten them 40 times. Tottenham Hotspur, we've beaten them 39 times. And we first host Tottenham Hotspur at Old Trafford, then we play away at Villa Park. And last season, I think United beat Spurs. Yeah, I think we beat Spurs at Old Trafford, right? And they beat us at their stadium, if at all I'm not mistaken. Then for Aston Villa, we beat them home and away. We beat them home and away. That is Manchester United for you, and that's what they did. So that's the first thing we learned from that game of football. Manchester United has scored 30 Premier League goals has gotten 30 Premier League wins against Southampton. You understand? Then, secondly, let's obviously get into this and see what United went ahead to do yesterday. Secondly, Manchester United is 9 successful victories away to newly promoted sides in the Premier League is the 2nd longest run in the competition's history, behind only Chelsea between October 2002 and November 2008-21. So, United has gone ahead to obviously register 9 successful victories away to newly promoted sides. So, we are really trying to really put in the required shift all together and really put in the well admired push, that Man United has always gone ahead to do onto these sides. That's why I told you that I think the bottom 13 teams, we should be doing better, and away from home we should be beating them even when we host them, we should be beating them. And this is what I want us to capitalize. Southampton, Ipswich, name it. Leicester City, whoever qualified and came in through and is really on the downside should obviously face the wrath of Manchester United. And this is what makes us special and take us to winning this game. So we've gone ahead, obviously, register 9 successful away to the promoted sides, and that is Manchester United. And even last season went ahead to obviously put in the required shift all together. Then thirdly, there were 2 minutes and 31 seconds between Andre Onana's penalty save and Matthias de Ligt's opener for Manchester United. Indeed, Onana had conceded all 7 penalties in the competition, he had faced before today. So Andre Onana had gone ahead to really concede or really see himself he has gone ahead to see himself really do the needful into the mix, and he had not served any penalty. Remember all the penalties he faced. You know, he faced a penalty against Chelsea. You remember that penalty that Carl Palmer went ahead to really score. Then there was a penalty of this guy. Was it against West Ham? Luke Shaw, when he really gifted a penalty. I think we are playing against Fulham, right? So there are very many penalties that I remember Onana failed to save, but I think he saved one in the Champions League, if at all I'm to remember. Then he saved one into the Community Shield, right? Even when you're playing against Coventry City, into what we call the semi-finals that really led us to the final to win the FA Cup. You understand? Andre Onana came up and really saved the penalty. But this is his first penalty to save in the Premier League. That is it. And this is his second season. And I know he's really going to be doing better and better and better in as far as saving penalties is really concerned. But that wake-up call, you understand? Because for me, it acted as a wake-up call for the club of Manchester United for us conceding a penalty, and Onana saved it, and I think it was a wake-up call because in the nick of time, you saw it that went ahead, obviously, add up passes, and that was some good ball movement from Diallo. He played in, I think, Ericsson played in Rashford played in Zexi had a double pass with Marcus Rashford and went ahead, obviously, hit that ball, and it was a very nice shot into the lower left bottom post. Then it was really tipped by the man himself, known as Ramsdale, into a corner. Ericsson brings it. Bruno Fernandes responsible for the assist, and Matas delete, boom, into the back of the net. And by the way, if you really give a lot of attention to that header, it was really technical. You know, he really pulled his neck and went ahead to head it in fashion, and it had a swerve in it, and the goalkeeper couldn't obviously come close to it. Remember, the goalkeeper was moving towards the ball, and it's very hard for the goalkeeper to make a save if at all a ball is headed where it's coming in from. That's where Matthias De Ligt went ahead to head it. From where Aaron Ramsdale was coming from, that's where Matthias De Ligt directed the ball, and it went into the back of the net to make it 1-0 for the club of Manchester United. And that was really a very huge response from the players of Manchester United, because I tell you what, we were really seated onto a hot plate as a club of Manchester United. If we don't really score them after them missing that penalty, they might have gone ahead to get a reason as to why they really raise up. And you all remember that after that goal of Matthias De Ligt, they never showed back. Southampton was really put under the carpet. And now, another one, I think this is the fourth one. Marcus Rashford ended a 12-game run for Manchester United in all competitions without a goal, with his first since March, only enduring longer such runs in January 2017 and August 2022, both 17. Now, for Marcus Rashford, I tell you, it is something very, very annoying. I tell you. For Marcus Rashford, it's really very, very, very annoying. I tell you. If you know what Rashford is capable of doing, then you have to come up and obviously feel bad for him. Because at this level, you all understand that Marcus Rashford has always gone ahead, obviously put in the required shift altogether to see to it that everything really moves into the right direction. And him getting a goal obviously is a credit to Erik ten Hag, because we as fans of Manchester United had fallen out with Marcus Rashford, and we've always gone ahead to blame the manager that he's going to get sacked because of keeping Marcus Rashford onto the pitch. That is it. And if it doesn't change, a lot will really change, and Marcus Rashford has gone ahead to pay dividends back to the manager of Manchester United for really keeping him on the field of play, and that is really very important. And we wait to see how he's really going to be performing, because taking 12 games without scoring is really a lot. And one thing I really want him to do is to track back. He doesn't track back. Most of the times when we saw this guy called Diego Diallo cooked by that youngster from Southampton, it was because he lacked support, and he was most times caught out in a 1v2 situation. And Marcus Rashford is the man supposed to be there, but he leaves the guy to really suffer alone, and that is something bad. No player doesn't track back, even if it's Vinicius Jr. Vinicius tracks back, even Messi tracks back, players track back. So this is a team game, and Marcus Rashford has to improve onto that aspect. The fifth thing we learned from this game that went ahead to win was 3 of Marcus Rashford's last 4 Premier League goals have come from outside the penalty area. While since 2002, 2003, only Eberechi Eze has 8, Phil Foden has 7, and Kevin De Bruyne has 6, have scored more such in a competition than Marcus Rashford's forward 5. So, 3 of Marcus Rashford's 4 Premier League goals have come from outside the area. You understand? And I think that includes one he scored against Man City. Did he score against Arsenal? I think when he scored against Arsenal, he scored from outside the 10-yard box area. You understand? So I think his efforts have gone ahead to be rewarded, and he's really that kind of person who has gone ahead to put in a required shift altogether. And it was a very good effort. And we saw to it that during the international break, he was really practicing on how to really do that stuff, like to put in those curling efforts into the back of the net and see to it that everything really moves on as planned for him. So that is another good attribute, and another good thing that we learned from the game of Manchester United versus Southampton. And lastly, let's talk about Amadi Diallo, the man that I'm always gonna obviously say that he's really gonna be one of the best players to play into the Premier League. That is it. Amadi Diallo, 22 years and 65 days, who assisted Marcus Rashford's goal, is the youngest United player to have created at least 6 chances in the Premier League game since Anthony Martial against Stoke and February 2016. 20 years and 59 days. So as I brought you that stat yesterday in the player ratings, he really went ahead to really put in an amazing, and he has gone ahead to create 10 chances in 4 Premier League games, and he averages to create a big chance every 26 minutes. That's what makes him a special player in here. So that's what I had for you in here onto the United Matters channel. Those are the things we learned from Manchester United 3, Southampton 0. Now, you can as well go into the comment section and react to them. If at all you feel like there is something I haven't gone ahead, obviously hint on, do the needful and let me know about it. Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and bye-bye for now. Because you guys are the reason as to why we are what we are into the mix, and you make us do better and better stuff. And for the Christians, we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Barakallah, if you continue to subscribe because you want to hit 20,000 subscribers onto this YouTube channel. First video of the day, more is yet to come, and just continue to do the needful and really subscribe. Bye bye.